most wonderful time of the year. It is my favorite time of the year. It is Christmas time, and I'm super excited to be making this video to share some of the things that you would come across if you spent the Christmas holidays in Germany. So let's get into it. The first thing, which is probably no surprise, is the Christmas markets. Christmas markets are absolutely gorgeous, and in Germany they're also called Christkindlmarkts, which is Christ Child Market. These are very traditional. These have been in Germany for, I believe, centuries even. I think the earliest mention is 1298, if my sources are correct. Could be even earlier than that, but that was the first mention of the Christmas market, and run over the 4 weeks of Advent. So usually beginning of December into end of December. Some of them run even until New Year's, and they're just absolutely phenomenal. Christmas markets normally are different themes, for example. So in the Munich area, there's one that's a pink market, I believe, celebrating LGBTQ. There's also one at the Cologne Cathedral, which is absolutely gorgeous with a backdrop of the cathedral. It's red and white and super romantic. And then of course there's also medieval Christmas markets, among many others, where you can really get this medieval theme, and they're even lit by candles. So that's really cool. Also, one of my favorite things about Christmas markets is a wonderful time to get together with friends and family over the holidays. Now, I have to say, if you're like me and you don't like Christmas, because I said the unsaidable. I said the unforgivable. No, I love Christmas. But if you're like me and you don't like winter, then you don't like going outside during the winter time either. However, for Christmas markets, I love going outside. There's great food, warm drinks. Also, there's usually music or some sort of a show or a band playing, and it's a great place to get Christmas presents. So I have to say, if you're going to spend Christmas in Germany, definitely make it to a Christmas market. However, unfortunately this year we couldn't have any Christmas markets because of Corona. Fingers crossed that next year we'll have some, because I'm really missing them, and I have to say they are the core of the Christmas spirit in Germany. Now, another thing that you may come across over the Christmas holidays in Germany is Krampus. Now this one is a weird one, bear with me. So Krampus is the companion of Saint Nikolaus, which we'll get to in a second, and he is a half goat, half demon monster. Let that sink in. A half goat, half demon monster. Yeah. So Krampus, the legend has it, is that he would swat wicked children, stuff them in his sack, and he would take them away to his lair. And he is the companion to St. Nicholas, who's the one who gives kids treats on Christmas. So traditionally, I believe he comes around on December 5th, and St. Nicholas comes around on December 6th. Now, how has this transformed itself in Germany? Well, they have this thing called the Krampuslauf. I have not seen this in any other region of Germany except for the south in Munich. And what happens on this day is people kind of line themselves on the streets, and then these Krampus characters or people dressed as Krampus will parade around the city, and they literally smell like goats. So they have horns, which I believe they got off of a goat, and like they wear either goat or sheep's skin, and these things smell. I don't know if it was just my imagination, but they smell. And they often have a bell on their necks, so you can hear them when they're coming. And they kind of run around the city scaring children. Sometimes they'll even chase people around, but yeah, they parade around the city. And that is the Krampuslauf, and that is just a tradition over the Christmas holidays in Germany to kind of juxtapose the upcoming Saint Nikolaus. Which brings me to my next point. The next thing that you would see over the Christmas holidays in Germany is Saint Nikolaus. Now, he is not Santa Claus, he is not Father Christmas, he is Saint Nikolaus, and he comes earlier in the Christmas holidays, I believe on December 6th. And usually, kids, I have to read my notes for this, but kids leave out their shoes or boots in front of the fireplace, and then when they wake up in the morning, they hope to wake up to a gift from Saint Nikolaus. Normally in Germany, these are these little Christmas chocolate characters that you would get, and it's really sweet. Even when I was working in Munich, we would come to our desk in the morning and someone would place a Nikolaus on our counter. At university as well, you also get a nice chocolate Santa. So it's really cute, and this is also Nikolaus. So Nikolaus is the good guy. Krampus is the partner, maybe that's not the best word, but he's like a companion or buddy to Nikolaus, and he handles the bad kids and Nikolaus takes care of the good kids. The next thing that you also will see over the Christmas holidays in Germany are advent calendars. So let's go back in history a little bit. The advent calendar was started way back in the day when German Protestants would, I have to read my notes again, German Protestants would mark the days of Advent either by burning a candle for each day or by simply marking their walls with a chalk on each day of Advent. And today, this has transformed itself a little bit to something a little bit more exciting, a little bit more commercialized. Is that really a surprise? No, because that's the times we live in. But what you do with the Advent calendar is for each day of Advent, you open up the calendar and you get a treat. Traditionally, this would be chocolate. However, over time it has changed. Different brands, for example, like a Bath and Body Works in the US or Rituals here in Germany, you could open that up and get different products from different companies or different products lines from a company in each of the days of Advent. So it's a really sweet treat, and I even see some of my friends making it for their significant others. It's a cute thing, and it's a nice little Christmas tradition here in Germany, and it's like getting a present every day of the Advent season prior to Christmas. So who doesn't want 24 days of presents, huh? And the last thing I wanted to mention that you may notice in Germany over the Christmas holidays are the food. So earlier I mentioned at Christmas markets you could enjoy some warm beverages. Well, one warm beverage that is very traditional over the Christmas holidays in Germany is Glhwein, or also known as mulled wine, I believe in the US, or spiced wine. And this is usually a red wine that is cooked with spices such as cinnamon, cloves, oranges, so on and so forth. And you cook it all together until it becomes very fragrant and a little bit, it's just different than red wine. Maybe I think there's even a little bit of sugar added to it. And people drink this over the Christmas time. And this you can have red wine based one or a white wine based one, and they sell them all over Christmas markets. Even people will drink it at home and make it themselves. The next thing that's also kind of related to Glühwein is, now bear with me, I have to figure out how to say it. Feuerzangenbowle, I believe is how you pronounce it. God, this is embarrassing. My accent. Feuerzangenbowle. Yeah. But a Feuerzangenbowle is a traditional German alcoholic drink in which a rum-soaked sugar loaf is set on fire and then it drips into the mulled wine, which I previously mentioned. And this is also sort of like an upgrade of the Glühwein if you're trying to have a little bit of a litmus, if you know what I mean. But yes. So that's another drink that you would see in Germany, and they also have it at the Christmas markets as well, so you can see them burning the sugar-soaked rum and how it's dripping into the Glühwein. So that's also a very popular one, and that's sort of like the next level of a Glühwein if you're really trying to have a litmus, as I like to call it. So anyway, those were some of the things that you may come across if you were to spend the Christmas holidays in Germany, which is a little bit different from me as someone who would spend the Christmas holidays in the States. However, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little bit of something. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment. I would love to know how you celebrate the Christmas holidays, or if you don't celebrate Christmas, how you celebrate the other holidays that take place around this time of year around the world. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk again soon. Bye!